What is going on, everybody? This is Jay here from Maji and Jay. Today we have the unboxing and also the review video of the brand new Cheerson CX23 that came directly from the company Banggood.com. Now, even though this was sponsored to me, the price for the consumers out there is going to be about $185 after a coupon, making it super affordable. And let me tell you guys, I already tested this thing. I took it out of the box, I flew it, and it's absolutely amazing. I remember when around 2015, 2014, I had the Cheerson CX20, and that drone immediately became very popular because of the fact that at that point in time, we didn't have anything affordable or below $550, and the Cheerson CX20 at that point was around $220, and it was one of the first brushless drones at that price, and also had GPS, it had position hold, and all those great features that drones come with. So here, this one in particular does have all those features, but now it is a lot smaller and it comes already with a camera. So getting a look here on the front side, at least on the bottom, it has a return home because it does have GPS. It has a 720p camera. It has GPS position hold. It comes with a 5.8 FPV screen and also real-time telemetry, which is really nice. So getting the box open here, we're going to find the drone with some phone covers on here. So the box is very nice presented at the beginning. We have here already some antennas for Wi-Fi connectivity and also for the remote controller. Now I think these came extra because the one that fit the remote controller are inside in a separate container. I'll be showing you in just a moment. So then here we have the manuals, and these are very well explained. Everything makes sense, and the translation between Chinese and English, which is basically what they do, is very well done. So everything is very easy to follow, guys. I just read it once and it was enough for me to understand what I was doing. This is very cool because I have seen other drones in the past where the manuals were absolutely garbage, and I had to go on YouTube and actually watch a video from somebody else to learn about the drone. But in this particular case, reading through the manuals is going to be very easy and very fast to understand. So like I said before, we have a foam here, and then here is the tiny little drone. And the reason I call it tiny is because I can actually fit it on the palm of my hand, and you guys can see that it is not much bigger. So this is considered something very, very small. Underneath here, the battery already comes attached, and this is a 7.4 volt 1200 milliamp battery. I'm not sure if you guys can see that right there, but it is a very tiny battery, and it is somewhat smart because you can press this button and it'll tell you the charge, and if you hold it for about 5 seconds, it'll turn on the drone itself. So setting this back on here, we have the little antenna for reception. This is for your remote controller. We also have here the SD card slot. On the front side, we have the camera. Now, I'm not sure how many megapixels it is, but I know that, well, it does the job, but it's not the best camera that I've seen on a drone before. But at least you can, move it around, and it comes attached already with the drone, so you don't have to invest on a separate camera. So here we have the motors of the drone, and they are quite small. They are about the size of my thumb. They're not very big. They make a lot of noise as well, so when you're flying this, don't be surprised if you hear like a very loud bee sound type of noise, and it gets annoying sometimes, especially if you're flying at a very low altitude. Then yes, it's going to annoy you a little bit, but you'll get used to it very quickly as well. So on the back side here, we have some LED lights. I believe they're going to blink in blue, red, and also green. I'll be explaining exactly what they are in just a moment and what information they provide as well. So setting this aside, let's go ahead and check and see what else comes inside of the box here. Now in here, you guys can tell that everything has been divided in little tiny boxes. We have the transmitter, we have the charger, the FPV screen, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and get started here with the transmitter. So here we have the transmitter, and you guys can see that it's very, very clean, very easy to use. And the first thing we see here on the top is the screen itself. It has a measurement of about 2 inches wide by I would say inch and a half tall. It's not very big, but it's going to provide a lot of crucial information such as the GPS, how fast you're going, how far you're going. It's also going to provide some battery indicators on here for the drone and also the transmitter itself. So this is very important information that we need all the time. We do have here a power key. So if we press it, you will see exactly what I'm talking about here in just a second. So there we can see some of the information provided already. Of course, we're not paired with the drone yet, so it's not going to give any information as of right now, but at least you have an idea of what it looks like. We have here the return key, or actually the landing key, excuse me. If you hold and press it for about a few seconds, I would say 2 or 3 seconds, it'll land the drone exactly in the position where you're at. And then if you hold and press the one on the right side here, this is for taking off. or ascending, and it's going to I would say it's going to climb up about 2 or 3 feet up in the air, so just be ready for that if you use this feature. We have the auto return home, so if you hold and press it for about 5 seconds, the drone is going to land exactly where it took off. Then we have here the modes. We have position hold mode, or GPS mode, and then we have altitude hold mode. Also, if you hold and press it, this thing has a feature that it gives you like a 360 view of yourself. It'll start flying around you, but for that you have to hold and press it for another 5 seconds, and it'll go on what they call the C mode. So that's the one that is going to just surround you, and it's a very nice feature. We're going to be testing it later on in the video. Then we have here the camera. If you hold and press it for 2 seconds, it'll start recording. If you just press it once quickly, it'll take pictures for you. These wheels on the top, they don't do anything whatsoever, and these are the FPV antennas. Okay, and that's pretty much all we have here, guys. This thing comes already with batteries inside. They are rechargeable, and it comes with a USB port here on the bottom side, so you can charge it, and the USB cable is included inside of the box. So now that we know what the transmitter does, let's go ahead and jump here to the FPV screen. You can see that it comes divided in its own little box. So this is what it looks like. It has its own battery inside, so it is also rechargeable, and this is what it looks like when you turn it on. As you guys can see, nothing very special on here. Of course, we're going to be pairing with it later on in the video, but yes, it does have a little charging port on the side. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, and the power on and off switch, so that's very cool. Next, we have here the chargers. Okay, and the reason I say chargers is because we have some USB cables on here. Now I wish they could have done what DJI has been doing with the chargers, where they include a little USB port on them, so that way you can plug other stuff on the extra charger. But in this case, we have an independent battery charger. We also have some USB cables. This is for the FPV screen, so you can charge it, but you have to connect it to your own USB source, and it comes with a little light, so it will tell you once everything has been charged, which is kind of nice. Then we got here the regular micro USB cable. This is for the transmitter, and unfortunately we don't have any indicators on the actual wire, but the remote control does have a little green light here on the bottom side, that once the charge is completed, it'll just turn off. So it'll be green once it's charging, and once it's completed, it'll just turn off for you. Very nice. Next here, guys, and excuse me for the mess, we have the landing gears. This is very self-explanatory. The cool part about this Cheerson CX23 is that they minimize all the assembly process. So for example, the landing gears, you don't need to screw them in. All you have to do is find which side is the B side. You guys can see it has like a little B on the inner side right there in the plastic, and then you find it on the drone, which is right here. Then you clip it on. That's it. It's that simple, very quick and secure. So that's what I like about this tiny little drone. It's very user friendly, and not too many tools are required on here. So as you guys can tell, in just about few seconds I installed the landing gears. Very nice. So let me set this aside once again, and now let's go ahead and check what else comes inside of the box. We got here some tools included in case you need to change the propellers, and also to install the FPV screen on the transmitter, which is only one screw that goes on the bottom. We do have a bracket, and then these are the tools. Okay, comes with some let me see, Phillips screwdrivers. We have a flat one and also a hex tip right here. So that's all we see from the tools. And then we have here the final box, which is the one that includes the bracket for the FPV screen, and then the screw will go installed right here. Once everything is attached to the transmitter, this is exactly what I was talking about before for the bracket. You guys can see that I installed the screw on the bottom side, and then the bracket itself goes connected here to the transmitter, and that's pretty much all you have to do. To get it started, guys, it's very simple. You must start with the transmitter. Remember that this thing already comes with the prop, so you don't want to take any risk whatsoever. So then after this, you turn on your FPV screen. If you're going to use it, it is not necessary to fly. This is in case you want to see everything live on here, you can do so. So once this is completed, now we can jump here to the drone, and basically all we have to do is hold and press here the power key for a few seconds until all the red lights are on, and then you will hear some beeps. Now this thing requires for every time that you fly it for you to calibrate at least the compass, and also has an accelerometer, but the accelerometer, it doesn't have to be calibrated all the time. So I'm going to show you exactly how to complete it, and the process is very simple, guys. So to start is very simple. All you have to do is click here on the mode key very quickly until you see that it says start the compass calibration, and there you can see it says calibrate compass, rotate horizontally. So all you have to do is grab your drone facing away from you, and then you're going to rotate it clockwise, so it'll be towards the right side, and you're going to do it until the transmitter will tell you to do it vertically. So there we can see that now after spinning it a couple times, it says rotate vertically. Now here you have to let go of your transmitter and then grab it like this facing up, and then you're going to start rotating it several times until the transmitter will just disappear the compass calibration. And hopefully it has done it already, and there we can see it. So now you can see the message disappeared, so that means that we are all set to go and calibrate it. Now if you guys notice, the drone is currently, or it was blinking red, blue, and red. Red, blue, and green. So that means that you had to calibrate, like right now you guys can see it, you had to calibrate the accelerometer. Otherwise, when you fly, the drone might drag a little bit towards one side, and you don't want that to happen. So to calibrate it is very simple. All you have to do is grab your transmitter, you move the left stick towards the bottom, and then the right stick, you move it from side to side very quickly until your drone is going to change the lights on the back side. After you have completed those stick movements, the drone will calibrate itself, at least for the accelerometer. So there's nothing that you need to do. All you have to pay attention for is that solid green light. That means that we are all set to go, and then you can activate the motors by moving these two sticks to the side. And there you guys can see that the motors are activated, and we can take off. Of course, I'm not going to do it here because we're inside of the house, but to deactivate the motors, you do the same movement again. There we go. The motor's just deactivated. So now guys, with this being said, I think we are all set to go to the park, test it out, and check and see if this thing is worth it or not. Here we go. Now we have completed the unboxing and the flying test here of the Cheerson CX23, and basically guys, all I have to say is that if you're looking for a drone that has the FPV qualities and something that has a long range and that you are able to use it with goggles or the FPV goggles, then yes, this is definitely a drone for you, especially at this price point. It's definitely a bargain guys. It's one of the best drones that I've seen with FPV. But keep in mind that if you guys are looking for something to record like in 4K or with high quality recording or pictures, then this is definitely not the drone for you, because the camera is mainly intended for FPV, I would say, even though you can use it for recording, but it's not going to give you that nice quality that you guys are, I would say, looking for. So I think guys that definitely for the price, having brushless motors, very good build quality, very easy to use, this is definitely a winner from Cheerson. But now, like I said, the camera is not on the great side, so still guys, we might get another drone from this particular company, maybe for videography or photography, and that will be a lot better. But this is mainly considered a racing drone, I would say, as it is very, very fast. And for that reason, I would definitely recommend a very big open field like the one that you guys saw me flying at, because of the fact that yes, it's going very fast and you can hit something or injure somebody. So with this being said, if you guys have any questions, just leave your comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you think it was helpful. Subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next one.